to my kitchen. I'm Julia. So it is New Year's Eve's day and many of you guys have asked me to do an ice cream without any machine, and I thought it was time to do this in the last video of this year. So today I am going to show you how to make a delicious ice cream cake without any machine. So let's get started. So what I am going to use for the first layer of my ice cream cake is a delicious almond meringue base. And for that I am going to use some sugar, pasteurized egg whites. You can also just use normal egg whites, some vanilla sugar, and if you don't have that, just use seeds from a vanilla pod. You can also leave that out. That vanilla is totally optional. And then I'm going to use some chopped almonds, and I just put mine in a mini chopper or in a food processor, just to have some chunks of almonds and some small pieces, but you can also easily just do it by hand. My oven is already at 150 degrees C, convection oven, but if you don't have convection in your oven, just have it at 170 degrees C. I have already prepared a baking tin here, and it is 24 centimeters in diameter here, and I just have some parchment paper in here that I just cut around and then cut some strips into it so it fit better into my form here. But what I'm going to do now is to whisk my egg whites stiff. So I am just going to add them into my stirring machine here and just start with the whisking. And now I'm just going to add in my vanilla sugar. And while my machine is whisking, I am going to add in my sugar gradually. So just turn it on here. So now my meringue is ready to get all of my almonds in. So I'm just going to add them in here. And then fold them in, don't stir, just fold them in until it's all combined. And now I'm just going to pour my meringue mix into my form, and then I'm going to bake it in the oven for about 45 minutes. And after that I will place it in the freezer to cool down completely. You can also cool down in the fridge or out on a table, it would just take longer to cool down. So while my meringue base is in the freezer cooling down, we can get started on the first layer of ice cream. And that layer is going to be a delicious Nutella layer. And I have already whipped my heavy cream in this bowl here. Don't over whip it. And inside I'm just going to add in 1 can of sweetened condensed milk. And then just fold this here into the cream. And into my ice cream base here, I'm just going to add in lots of delicious Nutella. And I'm just going to fold this here Nutella in until it's all well combined. So my meringue cake base is now cooled down, and what I've done with my form here was just to take the parchment paper off, of course take my cake base out, then add some plastic foil around here. It is some hard plastic, and then place the cake base back in and really just make sure it was all the way down to the bottom here. And now what I'm going to do is just to place my first ice cream layer in there, and and then place into the freezer for about 2 hours before I start on my next ice cream layer. I just left about 1/4 of my ice cream base up, so there's simply not enough room in my form here to all the ice cream when there's going to be a second layer in there. So I'm just going to save this, place in another freezable box, and then freeze down in the freezer so I have a delicious Nutella ice cream for later. So I am now ready for my last ice cream layer, and for that I am going to use some heavy cream that I'm just going to whip, and then some sweetened condensed milk. That is kind of my ice cream base that most of you probably know, and that is the ice cream base that we are going to use without using a ice cream machine. And remember, just because I am whipping my cream on a stirring machine, you can also easily just do it by hand. It is just a lot of hard work. And my top layer here, the other one was my Nutella layer. Now I'm just going to do a delicious regular vanilla ice cream layer, just to kind of have a contrast between vanilla and chocolate. And into my vanilla base, or into my ice cream base, I am going to add in some vanilla extract. I'm using an extract with the seeds in, but you can easily use one without. And then I'm going to use seeds from 2 vanilla pods. So my heavy cream is whipped, and I am just going to pour all of my condensed milk in there. And I am using sweet condensed milk. And then I'm just going to fold this in here. And then in with my vanilla extract, and I've just placed my seeds from vanilla pods in here as well. So just in with all of my vanilla. And just fold that in until it's all well combined. And that is my finished vanilla ice cream base. I am just going to take my ice cream cake out of my freezer now, and then pour this mix here over. There is probably not enough room for the whole mix, so just remember to keep an eye, don't add in too much, and maybe just keep about 1/4 of it out, as I did with my Nutella ice cream, and then just freeze down in another box. Then you have some delicious ice cream for yourself. But then I'm just going to place it in the fridge to freeze down completely for at least 5 to 6 hours. After that, it is basically ready to be served as it is, but I am going to add some mint leaves, some strawberries, and probably also some chocolate on top. And after that, I am going to serve it up. I really hope you enjoyed my last recipe for this year here, and if you want to give this ice cream cake a try, just go down in my description and you can find all the ingredients down there. I have really enjoyed this year here on YouTube, and I hope to see you all again tomorrow in the next year in 2016. And I really hope you all have an awesome New Year's Eve. Delicious food, awesome people, and just lots of celebration. Don't lose any fingers in the fireworks. Just take care of each other, and I hope to see you all again tomorrow. Bye!